Okay, guys. Let's see. Everything's working. So, guys. While the chat's getting started right now, I just wanted to. I did a few new things, right? So I got this like little shit up here and down here. So that's pretty cool. I got a chat right over here. So those are some things I've been playing around with. So it's pretty fun actually. But I was thinking about doing more live streams. So especially, because they're so easy and it's faster for me to edit my videos and stuff. Like a lot of the time, like when actually just pretty recently, I lost my whole hard drive. So like I dropped it on the ground. I was so stupid. So right now it's kind of hard editing videos because I don't have an active drive. My backup drive, I actually broke my backup drive. So that's why I don't really have any new videos this week because I was editing a vlog in Vegas and I just don't have enough room on my computer. So yeah, so I'm just doing this right now. Um, let's see. Let me take a look at the chat. So basically, what I want to do for this is actually going to go straight up on my YouTube and stuff, but I just want to talk about passion and stuff because passion's a huge thing. I always get asked. So let me see the dashboard, see how many people are watching. 0 people. Damn, no love. Um, but yeah, so um, I guess until people start joining and stuff and people know about the live stream, you know, uh, I'll just start talking and maybe talk a little bit about my story. So a lot of you guys know, like I was in pharmacy school and stuff like that, and I think maybe around junior year, like I don't know, like I've always like throughout my whole life, I feel like I tell the story so much, but it's like it relates to so many people because there was a point in my life where like I was always focused on pharmacy ever since high school. Like I just thought pharmacy was the answer, right? And so I'm in pharmacy school. I do pharmacy. Everything I do is pharmacy. And then there came a point in my life where I was like, what the fuck am I doing this for? So I sort of lost like the why behind pharmacy and whatnot. And so because of that experience, I actually almost dropped out like my final year of school. It was really tough for me to kind of keep going, even though I was on the track to complete pharmacy school and stuff. At that point, I really wanted to quit, and so what I did at the time, I just hit up all the people I've been contacting in contact with, um, so like different people I used to take out on coffee, try to figure out different career paths and stuff like that. It's very hard, and I don't think I found the answer, uh, well, during that time. But it definitely helped steer me in the right direction. Like even when I graduated, I still felt very lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and it was tough, because it might be a first world problem or something like that, but I don't even know if it's a first world problem honestly, because like sometimes like when you're in the refugee mind state or if you're like just trying to survive, it's really easy to see what your purpose is, right? Um, it's to provide for your family, make sure they don't starve to death, and try to make tomorrow a better day and make it through, right? But when we, I guess like the more civilized we are and stuff like that, that purpose gets really harder and harder because it's not really a challenge to like feed yourself every single day or get another job and stuff like that. It's relatively easy in this country, and especially the government handouts, right? No, um, but um, I think that's where I started my um journey of like kind of trying to figure things out. Hold on for a second. I was just trying to figure things out and stuff like that, and it was very tough at the time, you know. So I did a lot of books. Like I was reading so many books. Even like right now, I have tons of books with me. Oh, never mind, because they're all stacked up under this laptop. But I have like books like Way of the Seal and stuff like that. Tons of books, you know, and I just kept on reading, trying to find the answer and stuff. But I mean, books are good, but it was really hard still. And then um, what else I did? What else I did was actually I almost I wanted to quit my job at the time too. Like it was maybe just a few months in. I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can do this. Like if I really want to do this, and that's how you know like when you don't have a strong why or strong passion and stuff, it's hard to stick in the game, you know? And I feel like a lot of people just try to like wake up overnight just trying to figure out their passion, right? But it doesn't happen that way. So at least it didn't happen with me, you know? And so I actually hired a life coach and people were like, the fuck, Kevin? You paid this guy like over $3,000 just for a freaking 6 month life coaching session? But you don't understand, like at that time, when you have the money, when you work hard for that money, and you don't know where it's going to, and you don't know where your life is headed. I mean, money doesn't mean anything at that point, you know. So at the time, I don't want to say I was desperate, but you know, I was willing to try things that are outside my comfort zone, and one of those things was paying a shitload of money because we all know how I am with like money and stuff. Like sometimes, like I sometimes I just like live like a refugee and stuff. Like I don't even got a bed or anything. So sometimes you just gotta do that, right? So I was doing that, and that helped me get on the right track because you know, like you can read all the books you want, but sometimes like a face-to-face human interaction is best, right? And why I'm sort of here today, even though no one's in my chat right now. Yeah, just got one person in my chat. But even though like I didn't have any like you can read all the books you want, but sometimes the face-to-face interaction is always best, you know. And for me, like I learned so much through my life coach and stuff at the time, and that really helped me set on the journey. And that's actually one of the reasons why we created Refugee Hustle, or I created Refugee Hustle with Joe, you know. And that's actually how we connected. If it wasn't for my life coach, I don't think I think I'd still be lost, you know. Um, but and so basically, what this is about today is actually just helping you. Hey, what up, Maknai tribe? What up? Thanks for joining. But yeah, what I'm like here today basically is just to give you that face-to-face interaction. Like if you don't know your passion and stuff like that, that's great. You know, like it's a great opportunity to figure it out. You know, and people look at it as like a bad thing, but sometimes like people just like it's better to be unhappy like not knowing your passion than to be unhappy not knowing that you're passionless and like just chugging away, dude. And there's people that have midlife crises. If you're 20 years old and you're having this feeling of like emptiness and stuff like that, that's a good thing, man. And it's better than when you have kids and stuff, when you have more responsibility. It's better that you find out now. And so, um, I guess how many people I got in here? I don't have that many, but it's cool. We'll keep it small and cozy, which is probably better because since this is going up on my YouTube, I don't want like a bunch of like I don't want there to be like overwhelming comments and stuff. So Mac9 Tribe, thanks for joining. So I guess like I want this to be more back and forth, right? What are some things that you are sort of struggling with? Like, do you struggle with your passion? Do you find your passion? Like, you know, tell me a little bit more about yourself. And while that's going, because there's a lag with the internet and stuff, like, um, since there's a lag with the internet, so I'm just gonna probably keep on talking until somebody else posts something in the comments. See, this is the problem. Like, dude, I don't have that many subscribers, so like, I only got like 2K and stuff. Oh yeah, it's no problem. Dope. So I don't want to say what is your passion because that sounds corny as fuck. Like when people ask me what's your passion, Kevin, I'm like, I don't fucking know. Um, it's kind of like for me. Oh yeah, so I'll just continue my story, right? And so like, um, I want to say I really became really interested in personal development and entrepreneurship, and just because of the opportunities and mentorship and everything, it embodies everything that I really wanted. So that's how I sort of got into it. Um, but yeah, through my life coach, through books, through a lot of pain, like a lot of hours in the pharmacy, like a lot of hours, and sometimes it sucks. But I mean, when you're in a shitty situation, sometimes that's like the best way to figure things out, because when you go day to day hating something, you obviously want it to end. Like pain pain sucks, but it forces you to figure out things a lot quicker than if you're comfortable, right? Maknai says, yeah, it's no problem. It's difficult when others don't believe you can do well in my passion. So, Maknai, what is your passion? So, why don't you do this? Why don't you write down a little bit about your passion and stuff? Like, I'm curious, like, what do people say to you? Um, like, I know a lot of artists, like, they kind of struggle with this too, you know? Like, I was talking to my friend, um, like, I was talking to my friend, and especially as an artist and stuff, like, general consensus is that artists don't make money and stuff like that, or you can't survive being an artist. But that's total bullshit. Um, and the reason why I'm kind of talking a little low right now is because I'm actually in a library, so I don't want to wake people up. But there's a guy, Chase Jarvis. He's a really good. He's considered an artist. He did photography and stuff, but he's a made entrepreneur, and he's pretty big into the scene. Oh, Tom, what up, Tom? So Tom says career advisors in schools are one of the best things there. They help you so much in finding the path you want. That's very true. I want to say I didn't use my advisor that much, but I used like the other staff members, and it wasn't just like the regular staff members. It was just like I was talking to deans, people who served in the public health service, who were like rear admirals and stuff. That's wicked high up. And sometimes it's best just to surround yourself around really good, motivating people. Okay, so Macnai Tribe says, like the typical, oh, you won't make enough money and you won't live well and such. Okay, so Macnai, what do you exactly do? I feel like a lot of time when parents and other people are just telling you this stuff, like where are they coming from? Like, are they looking out for your best interest and stuff? Because it's gonna be different. Like, if I was a straight up hating on you, Mac and I, or whatever, like I would be like, you probably shouldn't listen to that advice, right? But if it's coming from parents, they try to mean well with what they know, and they're just concerned that, hey, dude, they don't want you sucking dick for a living. Face it, you know. And I think that's a reasonable thing, you know. But a lot of time is like you should ask yourself, like, are there other people that in your field that have made it, you know? And most of the time, the answer is yes. You know what I mean? I think right now is a great time for a lot of entrepreneurs and to create your own brand. And it's a great time for artists with social media. You got so many things like Snapchat. You got Snapchat. You got Instagram. You like 10 years ago, we didn't even have this shit. You know, um, you could create like YouTube tutorials and monetize off that. There's so much opportunity, but it's like, do you want to put in the hard work? That's the real hard part, you know. And it sucks, you know, because a lot of time it's a lot of struggle, you know. Um, yeah. And actually, that's what my art like. I'm actually doing the stream too, just to take a break from writing. um, I was actually just I think today's post, or maybe I'll go up next week or this week. I don't know yet. It depends if I finish. I'm gonna try to shoot for today. But it's about doing dirt, man. Like fucking just sometimes like there's no silver bullet. You just have to hustle, and just realize that hey, pain is only temporary, and you just have to have faith that what you're doing today and what you're strategizing today is going to pay off in the long run, you know? Yo, so Tom, let's see how many people are in this bitch right now. Oh, fuck. Oh, 4 people. So the mother popular. Yeah, so you guys that are watching, feel free to put up like either like what your passion is, or if you don't know your passion, like what you're struggling with exactly, like or I just can't think of something, right? So what your passion is, or what you're stuck with your passion, right? And oh fuck, I can't think right now. But yeah, I mean, if you guys just want to type something in the chat, that'd be dope. You know, fuck, I have this like random rash on my hand. Can you see it? It's like right. So yeah, but Tom, like, you said you had like career advisors in school, right? Um, you had like advisors in school. How did they help you out, like back in the day? Because I never really talked to too many advisors. Like I said, I just talked to like top performing like faculty members and like people who are successful outside of academia as well. So, okay. So, Philip Nguyen, any tips on networking to expand your business and such? Depends what type of business and what you're doing. Um, really depends. I think if you're trying to expand your business, I think a great way is social media these days. It's free, it's cheap, and a lot of people use it. But you gotta figure out whether your target market, whether they use those social media platforms or not. Because if I was to target like a big like corporate company, they're probably not going to use Instagram and stuff because that's more personal and stuff like that. So if you're doing direct sales to consumer, it's probably a better way to do social media and such. But it really depends what you're doing. Tom asks, "Oh, parents that have been immigrants have put more pressure on making money like mine." Yeah. Okay. So I mean, that's totally reasonable. Like, I don't know what your parents are and stuff like that, but especially with, I'll take Vietnamese people for example, right? A lot of them actually came from war and stuff, so they saw their family members die. They had everything taken away from them, so that's a very traumatizing experience. And they knew what it was like not to have money. It fucking sucked dick, dude. And not only that, to have family members taken away, everything taken away, and it really sucked. And so when they came here, they had to start all over again. Imagine being a fucking baller in the Vietnam and then losing it all and having to start over. That's a very traumatizing experience. And a lot of them, like a lot of these refugees that came to our country, actually, I give them a lot of props, man, because it's not easy starting off anew. And honestly, I don't like if I was in that situation, that'd be fucking tough, dude. I would be traumatized and I would want my kid to do something stable. But it's because we live in a really good time right now. Like, we live in a really good time with a lot of opportunity. So, um, I can't blame our parents for being like that. But also, on the flip side, it's also our responsibility. It's like not our parents' lives, it's our lives. So like taking that understanding of your parents, and if you can if your parents' opinion really matters that much, which it shouldn't, like if you're my age, like if you're 28 and you're still listening to your parents and shit, you need to move the fuck out. So that's the first thing. But I mean, like, if your parents' opinion matters that much and they're really concerned about making money, then like you can always show them a business plan or show other people that made it or show your progress and stuff. Maybe they'll be a little hesitant. Maybe they won't really understand, but repeated exposure, like that's how I got my dad more into like my entrepreneurship type of thing. You know, like how I wanted this entrepreneur life, which I'm still striving for. I'm not entrepreneur yet, even though I could probably make a quick buck. Fuck that shit. um, I want to build a legacy, a lifestyle, you know, and build a brand that actually means something. You know, we have too many of these like fluff brands that don't mean shit, you know, and I feel like I really like the concept of refugee hustle and stuff because it's very dear to me, you know, like my family, like we didn't really have anything coming to America. Like my grandma suffered, all my grandmothers suffered, my mom suffered. I see that firsthand, and we didn't grow up like super rich, but um, I would say we're like middle class. And seeing my mom work so hard from nothing to middle class was a real good experience. You know. Yeah, Philip Nguyen. My parents are the same way, Tom. I feel ya. Hence the last name. Haha. Yeah, the Julian Nguyen. Yeah, so I mean, Phil, I'm sure you understand, man. Like, I'm sure your parents like came during the Vietnam War. Maybe I don't know. I'm just making a generalization, but maybe they opened up the pho restaurant or the nail salon. Huh? Yeah. Um, Mac Night Tribe. Sorry, I want to get into film production, but since I'm going to CC, oh, community college, gotcha. They don't offer towards that, so I'm majoring in business. But yeah, my parents just want me to be safe with my money, so I understand. Yeah, of course, it's understandable because they don't know anything about that. I mean, I don't know shit about film production, but I'm sure you can make really good money off of it. And also another important thing that Gary Vee talks about. If you guys don't know, I follow Gary Vee a lot, but he talks about like doing dirt, and I talked about it a little bit about it earlier, but that's also making sure that you have the skills necessary to like do whatever as well. You know, if I mean obviously your parents are gonna like think you're a failure if you it shows that you do no work. Oh fuck, sorry. I hope that wasn't loud. My bad. I just knocked over my mic. um what was I saying? Oh yeah, obviously your parents are gonna think that you're gonna fail, like if you don't put any work, if you don't have any sort of skills and stuff, and that's a good sign to do something more stable too, you know. And I think like you're majoring in business and stuff, so I think that's good, you know. Like try. I feel like you in order to be successful, I don't know if you want to be an entrepreneur in the future and stuff, but all these experiences are really important, you know, and they might not seem like it at a like right now, but like with me in pharmacy, like I mean I went the traditional Asian route, man, and I felt like everything I learned in pharmacy school, not the content matter, but those experiences of like hardship and setting a goal and like grinding through shit even when you felt like quitting. Like that was a very humbling experience, you know? And um I think that's part of resiliency too, man. Like maybe you're not maybe you're not passionate, like maybe you don't know where your business degree from community college is going to take you, right? But just try to like as long as you're working toward that goal or you're doing some sort of strategy toward that, I think you're gonna be in a better spot than if you weren't. So yeah. Let's see how many people are in this model bench now. Fuck. I don't want to get yelled at. Do my. Man, let's see. How do I open this? 5 people watching. Barely have anyone watching. It's okay. No new friends. Only my day ones. Man. So anyways, yeah, no, like the reason why I chose like this passion topic is not one, like everybody asked me about it, right? But two, it's very like it's really important to me because like when you're at my stage, like in the middle of grinding towards something you want, you're gonna have to say no to a lot of things sometimes, you know? Like I still go out and stuff, but sometimes like you have to make that sacrifice to like to hone your craft. And part of it is like, yeah, it's kind of bittersweet. Like you want to chill with your friends sometimes, but fuck it. Like, um, fuck it. Like sometimes you get so entrenched with your work that you love it, you know? And that's something I do like with Refugee Hustle. I freaking love it, man. Tom Flaton, Flatlon. My family was middle class, and then we came to England with no English or contacts. What a sad time. Yeah, dude, like it sucks, you know, and like I'm sure Mac Knight can relate, you know, like if I mean earlier if you guys didn't catch it, but she was saying that it's difficult when others don't believe that you can do well in your passion. And I think that's do you see it? Oh, I can highlight it. Dope. Yeah. So she was saying that, and I think like it's really hard sometimes because when others don't believe you, you feel alone, and sometimes you're your own worst critic. You know, you need to surround yourself around more positive people. Like instead of thinking I can't do it, you should ask yourself like how can I do it? You know, and some people are like, oh, you're just being too optimistic and shit. But no, I mean, I think that's what separates top performers from like top performers from other people because like when you're dealing at the highest level of like martial arts or any sort of thing, they don't think like their mindset's very different. It's not like, oh, I can't do this. It's like, how can I do this? And I think that's a very important mindset to have, you know. And I think that's actually one of the reasons why like Joe he did so well the way he did because he like whenever he had a problem, he just like he was straight up like, how can I fix this problem and stuff, rather than oh man I can't do this, you know. So I think Joe's actually really good at that. He's really good at creating win-wins for everyone and doing that. This video is cool. People need to make more live streams like this. Keep up the good work, man. It says programming TV vlogs. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, and I think oh fuck, I just totally forgot my train of thought. That's cool. But totally blanking out right now. Dude, it's so funny. Sometimes when I read the comments and stuff, like I just focus on the comments and I forget like what I was talking about. But it's cool. Um, what was I talking about? I was talking about Joe and stuff and win-win situations and um, yeah, sorry guys. I'm a little tired too, so I've been up since like 6 a.m. So excuse me if I'm a little tired and stuff too. But yeah. But yeah, I mean like that's part of it, dude. Like yesterday I didn't go out. I went out last week, but this week I didn't go out because I wanted to get everything done. Like if you I'll show you some stuff actually. And a part of me feels like I sort of missed out and stuff like that, but I've been like maybe I'll post this later on one of my blogs and stuff. But I made these worksheets and stuff like that, like of everything I usually do. So like I'm very focused, strategizing stuff like that. Who I need to connect to, things I need to do. I have like an annual plan, quarterly focus, a annual plan too. So I mean, like this is what I mean by planning and stuff like that. You know, I did this all the other day, but a lot of the time I spend is actually based off of strategizing too. You know, because sometimes like it's important to be an executor and whatnot, but sometimes like you need to know what you're executing for, you know, and making sure that what you're doing isn't actually going to your passion or what you want or your goal, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate the word passion because it sounds so hippie, dude. Like, I don't know, passion has this like negative connotation with me. Like, people are like, oh, find your passion, like assuming that you're gonna just wake up the next day finding it, but it's really not like that. And I feel like part of passion is like actually finding something you're really good at, you know, because when you're really good at it, it makes you feel good, right? I mean, in most cases, it makes you feel good, and it just and a lot of time when you're good at stuff, you get recognized for things like I pretty much guarantee you, like if you're creating like YouTube videos and stuff like that, right? And you weren't getting any likes, no subscribers, like nothing, you probably quit a long time ago. You know, a lot of time, like especially me being so new to YouTube game and stuff, and not having that many viewers, like I could see where a lot of people are like every view counts, you know, every subscriber counts. Like if you work on something for 3 years and you have zero subscribers, like it sucks, you know, like it's demoralizing. But that's also like, dude, if you're hitting the 3 year mark and you're not getting any subscribers, like or views or any CPMs or anything like that, dude, it's time to re-strategize like way back. You know what I mean? Um, Machni says, "Ooh, that's good." Tom Flatten says, "The same with dream people. Brush it off." Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like people ask me what my dream is and bullshit like that. I mean, I just have a life theme. Like I know what I want to do. Um, maybe I'll share. Like, maybe I'll help you guys to share like what sort of I want to do. I've been trying to play around with it and for a while now, but I couldn't tell you what like my general theme is. I mean, basically, I'm not gonna read it to you. That's just boring. Fuck that. And plus, I can't read. But um, um, what was I saying? Well, yeah. I mean, basically, it's just to become like to help to help grow other people and to help people by leading through example, dude. And I think if I'm if I share my stories about business, my successes, my failures, and how I came back from my failures, that's pretty motivating sometimes. You know, like if you don't realize, a lot of my refugee hustle stories are very personal. Those are real things that happened to me, like everything from piercing my penis to to investing. Like when I got that overdraft fee, like all those things are real, but I feel like we all have those stories. It's not like, oh, like I got rich overnight and shit. No. I mean, I don't even consider myself rich. Like I feel like I'm still bottom tier, like maybe like if you compare me to a McDonald's worker, yeah, I'm balling, right? But you like there's so many other people in this world that are adding so much more value and stuff. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, that's why I want to free myself. That's why I want to liberate myself financially, so I can help more people. I can help more people get to my level and stuff that deserve it. Because at the end of the day, like, I don't know, like when I see sometimes like when I see homeless people, man, this is gonna sound really fucked up, by the way. But sometimes when I see homeless people, like, I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, my ancestors and a lot of other Asian families, like they came to America not even speaking the same damn language, and here you are like begging for change and shit. I understand everybody needs a handout here and there sometimes, or needs help, you know. But when I see the same person every single weekend for the last like 5 years, like in Boston and shit, like, come on, man. Like, and then when you hear stories about how much these people make because it's all cash and stuff, it's really sad because they take advantage of kind-hearted people, man. And I still remember that, like when I was a kid, and I gave money to a homeless person, and then I saw him every single time I went into Chinatown and shit. It sucked because I felt like lied to, I felt duped and shit, and I never really, ever since that childhood and my dad talking to me about that, I'd never ever ever given to a homeless person since. Like once in a while, like I'll feel bad if they talk to me and they don't ask me for money or anything like that. I'll buy them a meal and stuff, you know, because like some people still need help, you know. But man, like oh, that's a random side topic. Sorry. Uh, yeah. Let's see how many people are in the chat right now. This is pretty addicting, man. Dashboard, 9 people. Dope. Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty much my talk about passion for now. If you guys want, you can ask me questions about anything you want. I am. Peace out. I'm gonna go take a shit. You take that shit. Funny story yesterday. Actually, I almost shit my pants yesterday. I did a heavy ass squats, and then I was like, "Fuck!" I have a fear of shitting in public places. So, well, not fear, but I don't like to. And so I like rushed back home. I ran up the stairs and shit, and yeah, it's pretty fucking nasty and shit. But yeah, do I still have penis piercing? No, it actually rejected, so it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, it rejected, so I lost it. So basically, if you imagine this to be the piercing hole, like sometimes, like you know, with the guys and stuff, like the fly and stuff, it gets caught. So it tugged it, and then ever since then, it started slowly opening up, and then it just fell out like that. Sad. I know. I went through all that pain for nothing, but I don't know. I sort of want to do it again, but it was a really fucking painful experience, man. And I don't know. That was like my second piercing. Like the only other piercing I have is this one. But yeah. How do you deal with the day? Oh, Kevin T asks, how do you deal with the days when you go to work and you don't feel like talking to anyone? Um, those days actually, yeah, it sucks, man. I actually, especially as a like extrovert and stuff, like I'm a pretty extreme extrovert. I really like talking to people, but I noticed recently, like I've been so burnt out, like, and you can kind of tell from my energy right now. But I haven't taken a vacation in like 3 years and stuff, so I'm just a little burnt out, right? um, but I deal with this more and more each day now, and I think you just try to do your best. Like your goal for those days are not to overachieve and stuff like that. It's just like, dude, I just want to make it through this day. And we all have those days. Like the end goal though, is to have more good days than bad days, you know? Because at the end of the day, you're always going to have bad performance days, right? So you just try to do your best, man, and just take it one step at a time. And just keep your mind busy and then just do your best, man. So sometimes there's no substitute for like hard work and hustling, dude. So sorry I can't give you a magic bullet answer. I don't have a sexy answer for that, but and I mean like fuck it, call it off or something or take a vacation. Like I think that's a sign of burnout, dude, and you need to take some personal time, you know, which I'm thinking about doing really, really soon. Because it's getting when you're burnt out and stuff, you're just not as productive. It doesn't do anyone good. It doesn't do a company good. It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do your patients any good. So I don't know if you're in pharmacy or not, Kevin. Can't remember, but yeah, like you just do your best, man. Or like if you have a team and stuff, just realign the team. Just be like, dude, I'm just having an off day. I really can't talk to people and stuff like I normally do, and just allocate your resources like that. Just like that, man. Okay, I'm gonna keep this stream going for a little longer, unless there's like questions and stuff. Um, just because I think I got more work to do. I've been streaming for almost 40 minutes now. Fucking crazy, son. Holy shit. Here you can go. Oh, Tom Flatten who's from England, I think, right? You said you're from England, right? Here you can go to uni with an advanced student loan that you pay when you get over 21,000. But you still see people in mid 20s homeless with no job, but you see Indians with no English still working 50 hours. It's fucking crazy, man. And I don't want to get into a homeless rant or anything, but I mean, it happens, you know. But I feel like there's so many chances these days, and ultimately, it's like it comes down to this: do you want to help yourself? You know, cause like I don't know, I just feel very sad, man, because not I don't want to say I'm sad. That's not the word, but I'm just like, man, like disappointed because it's just like a wasted, like bodied person. Like I deal with that a lot. Like I see a lot of my welfare patients like abuse the system and just like leech off the system, and it's just so sad, man, because like that immigrant hustle like mentality is gone. You know, like there's no work ethic at all. People just feel entitled to this shit. Like it bugs me so much when people think everything should be free. Like nothing's fucking free, dude. I pay for that shit with my taxes. Other people that work hard pay for it with their taxes. You know what I mean? And it's just like, how is that like not fair, dude? Like, you know, I sort of want to be like a fucking Batman and like capture all these homeless people who are abusing the system. Not granted, not all homeless people are bad. I just want to put that out there, just in case y'all flame me and shit. But fuck that. But it's just like uh, we should send them to a Cambodian workshop, sweatshop for like a week or so, vacation. um, Clinton or Trump? Oh man. Mauser's asked Clinton or Trump. Up like Donald Trump. I don't know. I don't really care. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I don't think. You know. I think I have enough faith that like if Trump gets elected, which I'm fucking really interested to see how that is going to turn out. I actually kind of want him to win for that reason. What's he gonna do? Drop a nuke on China? Maybe. Who knows? World War III. Fuck. But you know, I have enough faith that you know the checks and balances are in place, and that he can't do anything too crazy. You know what I mean? But I mean, he just lacks tact. I think a lot of things he says, like I agree with Joe. Like a lot of things he says are sort of true, but he just doesn't. He lacks tact, and he just pisses off too many people. But Clinton, you can't. She's like a typical politician. You can't really trust them. So whatever. Um, yeah. So that's my short answer on politics, which I really don't care about that much. What is my mindset when I have an upcoming exam? Oh man, Kevin, fuck, you're killing me. I haven't taken an exam in like over 3 years, dude. Well, I've taken quizzes and shit. Um, my mindset coming upcoming exam. Well, it depends. Like the closer and closer I get, maybe like an hour out before an exam, I just have to have faith that, you know, I prepared hard enough and stuff like that. But you gotta do damage control earlier, you know, and just like really try to strategize like what exactly is gonna be on an exam. Like what did the your professor or teacher talk about a lot in class? Most likely that's going to be on the exam. Like, did they emphasize? Did they give any hints that X, Y, and Z might be on the exam? Like stuff like that. It really comes down to strategy. It's a lot like business, you know, because you only have X amount of time, and you have to play it like a game. Like not everything's weighted equal. Some things are have less credits and stuff. Like spend less time on it. Then you know what I mean, and you just gotta strategize like that. But you just gotta hope that how you strategize is just good enough for the exam, you know. Um, Fong Tran, how do you find your passion? How do you know when something is your passion? Fong, you just missed my whole freaking video, man. No, it's cool. I'll give you like a short 2 sentencer, and you can watch the rest later when I close the thing, right? But Fong, basically, how do you find your passion? I think the easiest way to start out to find your passion is actually find something you're good at, right? And start from there. Because not everything that will make you happy will make you money too. So just start with start with that. Come up with lists of brainstorming ideas and try to see like maybe you're interested in video games, right? Try to see if you well first of all, do you want to make your passion your job or make it a lifestyle or create a business out of it? If you do, then just create a list of interests, hobbies, and stuff. See how other people make money off of it, and see how they monetize off of it. Right? That's easy, right? If it's not your passion, if you don't want to make it your business and stuff, just try to remember at your job, your day job, that hey, dude, I live for this, man. Like, I really like MMA, so all my money that I'm gonna be making, I'm gonna put it toward MMA and just train all day. That's what I like, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to make everything a business, and sometimes things are just better as a hobby than a business, right? Why does it freeze every second? I have no idea, dude. Shama Sayed says, "Why does it freeze every second?" I don't know. Is it just me? Anyways, Tom Flatten says, my parents went from working £4 to 750 with paid holidays, sick leave, and paid council tax. I don't really know what that is because you're in a different country and stuff. So, but yeah, Sainab Salam, love your videos. They are 3. I don't know what that means, but thanks, man. Appreciate it. How Mausers asks, how do you think Brexit will affect the economy and your investment strategy you advocated? Who knows, man? Um, like it's hard to say. Like I'm not an economist. I don't really care about that sort of stuff. But I'm just gonna continue the same strategy as I was doing before, you know. And all the index funds are pretty much the American market, so I don't think we have much to worry about. But who knows? Like people are saying it's going to change the economy. It definitely will change. Like if you have international funds and stuff, definitely going to probably change that. But as specifics, I have no fucking clue, dude. Like I honestly, I don't know that much about Brexit. Like I found out on my last stream. Well, I found out from a Vice documentary. So I don't know. I don't really have any predictions or anything like that. Big, um, Tom Flatten says, big respect for immigrant families. That's why I named, I created Refugee Hustle, man, because I think it's almost like an injustice, man. Like when you're saying you're too tired and you're unhappy with your life, it does your ancestors and people that worked hard for you, you know, an injustice. You know, people don't think about it like that, but like when my grandma came here on a freaking boat, like shoved with other people and shit, do you think she suffered through all that just for you to be miserable? No, she gave you opportunities so you can get closer to what you actually really want, you know? And try to think of it like that. Well, that's how I think of it. So yeah. Finally caught you when you're alive. It says XL Wolf 5X. Dope. Oh, Sinab Salam. Sorry if I fuck up your names, guys. I'm really bad with names. Sorry, my cat pressed. Your pussy pressed the enter. Your pussy entered. Yeah. Yeah, but like I was saying, like I feel like immigrant or refugee families, man, like they work so hard, you know, like across the board, you know, and I think it's very disrespectful to them if you just like settle in life, you know, if you're not actively making moves to something you actually want to do and something that's adding value to people rather than being a fucking leech and living off of like welfare just because like you're an able-bodied person. Like there's no reason, like I agree with my friend Matt, there's no reason why like in a first world country you should be homeless for a long ass time, you know. Like I understand shit happens, you know, like and there's like this whole circle of doom like once you go into that world. But here's the thing, like a lot of our ancestors, like right now is the time of opportunity. There's social media, stuff like that. Like there's no reason why, like there's free information everywhere. Like this is the time for free information. You can learn any skill and apply it and get a job or create your own business or something like that. There's so much opportunity, but people aren't taking advantage of it, and it's just the biggest waste. Quarter life. Oh fuck yes, are you kidding me, dude? Kevin T asked, "Have you had a quarter life crisis?" Yeah, um, I've had major quarter life crises. Like when I graduated pharmacy school, like I was talking about it earlier, and even before that, like I just feel like especially in pharmacy, when you do a professional degree or something, and then at the end when you're unhappy, it really fucks you up in the head quite a bit, because it's just like, dude, I worked so hard for this very moment. It's like the first time you have sex, right? um Imagine like imagine like you hear all these good things about sex, right? And you're about to have sex with the girl or whatnot, and you put it in, and it feels like needles are going inside your dick. That that's what it felt like to finish pharmacy school for me. So, or get into the become a pharmacist. I mean, it wasn't like, that's an exaggeration, but that's kind of an analogy that I put it. Like it's a rude awakening, and it's just like, wow, I never could have predicted this, and I'm really unhappy right now. Yeah, yeah. Kevin says that's so true. Mauser is 21. How do you think the homelessness problem can be fixed? Many of them are drug addicts. Um, I don't want to get into like politics and stuff or stuff like that, but I feel like a fair trade, if you are like able-bodied, or not even able-bodied, but if you are taking money from the government, you have to add some sort of value back. You know, Obviously not everyone can add value back. That's part of the safety net we have in this country. But um, like if you're taking money from the government, like you should be forced to do some sort of volunteer work or civil service or something like that. I don't know. I'm just shooting an idea, but it's really like, when it comes down to it, it's really trying to move that free like mentality, because there's no such thing as a free lunch. But who cares, like, dude? Yeah, like I don't think anything I will say like will ever change things, because I mean, yeah, I don't think it will, but yeah. Fong Tran asks, what to do when you're deciding between two different careers. I'm choosing between PA, which is a really good one, an entrepreneur, or something you do both. Um, yeah, so I don't know if you're actually a PA yet, but one of my good friends is a PA. But I mean, you can always do both, right? At the end of the day, but I would just like, when you're young and stuff, like that's what I pretty much do. Like I'm a pharmacist, but I know where my real calling is probably through entrepreneurship and going this route rather than doing pure pharmacy. And maybe you can do something like me in the future. Like here I am, like I'm a pharmacist. I do pharmacy stuff, but I teach these like life lessons and stuff through pharmacy. It's kind of like when you go to a taco truck. You're going to a taco truck. They ask you what you want: burrito, tortas, um, tortas. What the fuck? That's the sandwich. Burrito, tacos, quesadillas. Um, uh, wow, why am I empanadas? Stuff like that. I don't know. And then they ask you to choose the meat and stuff. Like, dude, and let's say you always like want lingua or something like that, or asada or whatever. It's just the vehicle that you choose it in, whether burrito, taco, or quesadilla. So, um, I would really focus on like why you're actually trying to do PA, and why you want to be an entrepreneur, and see like what, like if it's doing the same thing or whatnot. I mean, being a PA is pretty good because it gives you a stable lifestyle too. I mean, the debt, I don't know how much the debt is, probably not as high as pharmacy, but it might be a good option. It's really hard for me to tell you what to do, you know. But that's my opinion. If I were in your shoes, uh, obviously I would go entrepreneur route and then have physician assistant as a backup. But honestly, like I think realistically though, I'd probably do both, you know, because one, I'm pussy ass bitch, right? Like most businesses fail, you know, within the first 5 years and stuff. That's a statistic that Joe always throws out. So, I mean, it's important to make a living. You can't live at your parents' house, and it really depends on your like safety net too. Like for me, like I don't have a safety net out here in California, so I mean, but I think that's like a good thing too, because sometimes like we got the added pressure and shit. Like you don't want to fuck up, you know. Like if you fuck up, you starve and you go back home. No, but I mean, it's kind of like a do or die situation. I made a promise to myself, like I wouldn't move back to Boston unless I was an entrepreneur, you know? And I think that gives me more motivation because I eventually want to spend some time with my family and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but you know, like if I can create this lifestyle and actually pull it off, I'd be very happy in my life. Oh, let's see how many people are watching. 11 people. I'm Fong Tran says I think I'm going to be a PA as a safe route and try it as an entrepreneur. Even if I don't succeed as an entrepreneur, I'm content being a PA. That's a win-win situation. That's good. And I think you can even if you don't make it as an entrepreneur, it doesn't mean stop trying. And if you decide entrepreneurship is not for you, there's a lot of concepts in entrepreneurship that will make you help you understand a business. You know, like let's say you work in urgent care, you can better understand the cash flow of the company. You can understand the target market, stuff like that, and that makes you a better physician assistant because you can position yourself better than other people would. Like, let's say if they have a generic resume, like, oh, I did X hospital, this hospital, blah blah, blah, and they don't have any like experience doing urgent care stuff. Like, dude, you're gonna beat out the competition, and you cater your resume specifically for that because resume is a marketing document. So, yep. Tom Flatten. Make drugs legal, but have it regulated like New Zealand. It will help people that have addictions, like coming into a pharmacy, getting an injection, and going to work after like that. Yeah, and I think like America, we have a huge like opioid opioid like overdose problem, and pharmacists, patients, doctors, like dude, all the people that are law abiding, like we're all stuck in the middle because like sometimes it's hard. We have to make a judgment call. You don't know if it's gonna kill someone or not, you know. So um, making it legal, who knows? Like I don't think it'll ever be illegal at this point, you know. But who knows? Things might change. Fang Tran. The thing is, I'm scared about. The thing I'm scared about is how to get started as an entrepreneur. So getting started as an entrepreneur depends what type of entrepreneur because there's so many different types, you know. Um, there's people that do real estate. There's people that do restaurants and stuff. There's people that do like clothing lines and like inventory and stuff like that. And then there's like people like where I want to go and do digital marketing and stuff, which is a whole different game. So being an entrepreneur is just like I want to be a doctor, not realizing there's so many different specialties within being a physician and stuff like that. Shama Syed asks, "How did you first meet Joe?" Oh, yeah. So, quick story. Like, I just met Joe through Can from Poyotics. They were advertising Can's dance lessons on on the JK YouTube channel, and so I just went to Can's dancing lessons, and that's how I met Can. And then one day Joe just popped in. We barely even chatted. We just said hi and shit. And then what happened after? Barbell opened. I was the first brigade for that, and then I saw Joe, and then we started chatting more, talking about business and stuff, and kept that in mind. And I think the thing that stood out to him was that I was a pharmacist. I fucking hated it, and I was miserable. So he told me to read a few books. I read those few books that Geo actually recommended to me, and then that helped me get me on my way. And so that's how I met Joe, and later he asked he was moving and stuff and he needed more roommates, so he kept me in mind and asked me to live with him. Paid double rent for like almost half a year, but I think it was worth it. So yeah. All right, guys. Fuck, my phone died. All right, guys. I'm gonna close out my stream right now. I think I've been streaming for over an hour. I have some other work to do right now, and yeah. Oh man, I don't want. Oh man. As soon as you get these questions, man, I just want to stay. I'll answer these last two for sure. These are the last two questions. Okay. So, do I hang out with the JK peeps? Not really, because I'm so busy myself. Like I see them and stuff like that, but I don't really hang out with them. But I get along. Fong asks, "What resources do you learn more about business and entrepreneurship?" I've done everything. I've bought courses. I've like read books and stuff like that. I think a great book that pretty much Joe and I recommend across the board is Start With Why. I think that's the easiest book. If you can't afford the book, go on TED Talks, type in Start With Why. Simon Sinek's book will pop up, and then that will give you a good idea about the basic like principle of why you should start a business and stuff like that, and read that, and then you'll get a idea, I think a better idea of like what you want your business to be, because it's very overwhelming. Like if you don't know why you're doing something, it's very hard to have focus and clarity about business decisions and stuff like that, because you're all scattered, man. It's kind of like, yeah. So yeah. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna close up my stream. Peace, guys, and hopefully I'll do more of these. So, man, I didn't expect to be streaming for an hour. Folk. All right, bye, guys.